Love can heal, but it can also destroy everything. This summer, one secret kiss will break a heart, and nothing will ever be the same again. The waves crash against the shore like they are warning someone, but no one is listening. The beach house stands quiet in the golden light of evening, holding memories of summers that once felt simple and full of hope. But this year, something feels different. Something feels heavy. Belly didn't know it yet, but everything around her was about to change. She thought this summer might finally bring peace a chance to heal from the storms of last year. Conrad had drifted further away, carrying his silence like armor. Jeremiah stayed close to her side, promising that this time he wouldn't let her go. She believed him. She trusted the laughter they shared, the long drives, the soft moments where their hands brushed together. Maybe love could still win, but then Denise arrived, quiet, calm, and unreadable. She said she was just visiting, just passing through. But her eyes held something more, something unspoken. She didn't come looking for trouble, but trouble seemed to follow her like a shadow. No one noticed the shift at first. Not in the beginning. But small things started to feel wrong. Doors closed quickly. Whispers faded when Belly walked in. And Jeremiah had a secret written all over his face. He just didn't know someone else could see it. Something had changed in Jeremiah and Belly could feel it. He still smiled at her, still said the right words, but something in his eyes had moved away. It was slipping like sand between her fingers no matter how tightly she tried to hold on. She tried to ignore it at first, telling herself she was overthinking. But the heart always knows before the mind does. Denise was always around now. At breakfast. On the porch. In the quiet corners of the house where no one else spent time. She wasn't loud or rude. If anything, she was the opposite, kind, calm, almost too calm, like waves before a storm. Belly tried to be friendly, but every time she turned, there was Denise, already standing next to Jeremiah, already talking to him, already making him laugh in ways Belly hadn't seen in weeks. It was the little things that hurt. The way Jeremiah paused before answering Belly's texts. How he always had a reason to walk away when Conrad entered the room. The long glances he shared with Denise when no one else was supposed to notice. But Belly noticed. She noticed everything. And beneath her quiet smile, a fear began to grow slowly at first, but strong enough to keep her awake at night. Something was pulling Jeremiah away from her. And she had no idea why. That night, the house was wrapped in silence. Everyone had gone to sleep, or at least that's what Belly thought. She stepped out of her room, barefoot, hoping to clear her head. Maybe a little air would help. Maybe she could still fix whatever was breaking. She moved down the dim hallway, guided only by the moonlight slipping through open windows. Then voices. Soft, quiet, too close. She paused at the corner near the living room. A familiar laugh floated in the air. Jeremiah's, but it wasn't the laugh he shared with her. It was different and guarded and warm, like he had forgotten the rest of the world. And then she heard another voice. Denise. Her heart began to race, but her feet carried her forward, step by step, as if pulled by something stronger than fear. She reached the doorway and froze. There they were. Jeremiah and Denise. Standing too close. His hand brushed her cheek, gentle. Her fingers held his wrist like she didn't want to let go. Then, in one silent moment that shattered everything, Jeremiah leaned in and kissed her. Belly didn't make a sound. She couldn't. She just stood there, her world cracking like glass. The boy who promised not to hurt her had just broken her in the quietest way possible. And worst of all, he didn't even know she saw. Belly didn't remember walking away. One moment she was standing in the doorway, watching her heart fall apart. And the next she was outside, breathing in cold night air that suddenly felt too heavy. Her chest ached, but no tears came. Shock held them prisoner. She had trusted him. She had chosen him. And now he chose someone else. Behind her, the door creaked. Footsteps. Jeremiah's voice called out softly, confused, searching. She didn't turn around. She couldn't face him. Not yet. Not when the image of his lips on someone else was still burning in her mind. He reached for her shoulder, but she stepped away, and in that small movement, he finally understood she saw. Jeremiah's eyes filled with regret, fear, desperation, but words failed him. "Belly wait, please," he tried, but she was already leaving. Not running, not crying, just walking away like someone who had finally seen the truth. And watching from the shadows, Conrad saw it too. He had stayed silent to protect her, to give her space, but not anymore. This summer isn't about romance anymore. It's about broken trust, hidden scars, and choices that can't be undone. This summer, everything changes.